everybody, I'm Haven and welcome back. Today's video is going to be my WWE Fastlane 2019 recap and thoughts. But before I get started, I just want to say, if you are not already, I do not know what you're waiting for. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button with a dirty D's, hop on a spaceship, become a Halian, and let's get into this video. Okay, so the show started off with the New Day versus Rusev and Nakamura on the pre-show. The pre-show though? New Day? I'ma let it slide. So the match got fast-paced rather quickly. There was a point where Big E did his big splash and he gets hype on that shit. There was another point where Lana, whose foot is messed up, I don't know what happened, she knocked Xavier off the top rope. Later on, Rusev was able to hit a Machka kick, but it wasn't over yet. There was another point where Xavier did a dive through the ropes, but he got caught and powerbombed, and that looked painful as hell. The match ended though when New Day hit up, up, down, down, and that was that. So next up we had Miz versus the Usos for the SmackDown tag titles. Yo, the crowd was hot for the Miz because they was in his hometown of Cleveland. Honestly, the match was really good to me. The Miz was on fire at one point. He was doing the running knees. He like when they're in the corner, he did a dive off the top onto the outside. I'm like, Miz going to the top, what is this? At one point, I thought they was gonna win because the Miz hit, I think, Jay with a skull crushing finale. But because the ref was attending to Shane, who was hurt, he didn't get the 1, 2, 3. It was like a close 2.5. The coolest spot to me was Shane was on the top rope, gonna go hit Jimmy, who's in the corner with a coast to coast. But then Jay was on top and he was gonna hit Miz with a splash. And they both looked at each other like showdown time. And they jumped at the same time and Shane kicked the shit out of Jay. The match ended though when the Miz, who was being cheered on by his dad, who was ringside, was cheering him to go to the top. Miz went up to the top, crowd was with him, I was with him, and he hit a nice looking frog splash, except that one of the Usos got their knees up right in time, and then small package Miz, and they got the 1, 2, 3. They retained the titles. You know, Miz was really upset looking, but him and Shane went to the dad and they all hugged it out. And then Shane hit Miz from behind. Pause. He had him in some submission. At one point, Shane grabbed Miz's dad by the face, and I'm just like, well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? Because we all thought that Miz was going to be the one turning heel. Very predictable. So I'm glad they went with Shane turning heel instead. I seen people complaining, but like I said, this is what wrestling fans do. They complain, 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 complain all the live long day. Also, we had a SmackDown Women's title defense. Asuka defeated Mandy Rose because Sonya Deville did something and the apron was in the ring and Mandy kind of tripped on it and she lost to a kick in the face, I believe. But I'm just glad this match didn't happen at WrestleMania because Mandy Rose, no. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so earlier in the night, Kofi was told that he needed to be seen in the office about the title match, so everybody was excited. So at this point of the show, the New Day shows up. He's like, I've been waiting out here for an hour. They go inside. Vince is like, I've been waiting for you for an hour. So the New Day is basically like pleading their case, like, you can't take this away from him. He deserves it. 11 years, this, that, and the third. And Vince is like, you know what? Guess what? The title match is now a triple threat match. And guess what? It's taking place right now. So Kofi goes out. New Day was barred from ringside. He goes out. And then they announce that, no, the title match is going to take place later on tonight. But right now, this is a handicap match. Out comes the Bar. And they beat the living crap out of Kofi. I mean, at first he did kind of good. But yeah, the odds were not in his favor. They beat his ass. At one point, the New Day came out to try to help. But they got beat down mid-ramp by Nakamura and Rusev. And the crowd was chanting boring because literally this match went on way too long. It was just overkill. And they were already pissed that Kofi got robbed once again. So we move on to the Raw Tag Titles match. It was a triple threat. It was Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the Revival, who are the champions, versus Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. The match was really good. My favorite part was when Ricochet and Aleister Black both did their flip, bounce off the ropes and backflip into their little to their sitting positions. I thought it was super cute. Like, I love things like that. The synchronicity, they was together. Loved it. Also, Chad Gable did a beautiful German suplex with a bridge, but he didn't get the pin because he got caught with a frog splash. There was another cute point where I think it was Ricochet did a Hurricanrana to Scott Dawson onto the outside, and they landed on all of the guys. And Chad Gable tagged himself in at one point, got his ass beat, allowed the Revival to retain, but after the match, it's like everyone was sore losers, and everyone kind of beat up the Revival and each other, and we saw Black Mass, and we saw the 630 from Ricochet. Had to make them look good. So next up, we had a Fatal 4-Way, which we just saw on SmackDown for the US title. R-Truth, Andrade, Rey Mysterio, and the new champion, Samoa Joe. This match was pretty entertaining as well. Samoa Joe did his dive. There was a point where Andrade got hurricanranaed off of R-Truth's shoulders by Rey Mysterio. Andrade hit a beautiful corkscrew onto the outside and landed on his feet. Can we say talent? So there was a point where, of course, the ladies got involved. Zelina Vega and Carmella, they fought a little bit. R-Truth and Andrade pulled them apart. Back in the ring, Rey Mysterio hit a 619, but then he got choked the hell out by Joe really fast. Like, it was like 1, 2, 3, he's gone. So now we move on to the women's tag titles. It was Sasha and Bayley, who are your champions, against Tamina and Nia Jax. The match, I actually enjoyed this match. We had some nice spots. Everybody kind of was doing their thing, honestly. I think there was one botch where Tamina was supposed to throw Sasha to Nia for a Samoan drop, and it didn't go as planned. But yeah, you know, shit happens. They retained though. After the match, of course, sore losers. They beat the hell out of Sasha and Bayley. Beth Phoenix was on commentary, so she got up because they beat them out outside of the ring. She got up. Tamina got in her face, and then Nia Jax pushed her, and they kind of beat her up, and then Natalya came out to make the save, but then she got her ass beat as well. Always funny when someone comes to save someone and they get beat up too. So it looks like they're setting up Nia Jax and Tamina versus Sasha and Bayley versus Natalya and Beth Phoenix. So it was time for the SmackDown World Title match. Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens. It's announced it's a triple threat. We're all expecting Kofi, but no, out comes Mustafa Ali. Now, not many people was happy about this. The crowd most definitely was not. I did not care because, listen, he got hurt, so he got robbed of his title match at Elimination Chamber. It's kind of only right to give him his shot, even though we knew he was just there to take the pin, okay? And it gives us more reason to be so mad that Kofi was not in the picture, you know? And the match was really good, and I think it's because Mustafa was added. He got knocked off the top rope, and it looked really crazy. I was so shocked for him because he hit the barricade, but, you know, he was fine. He also did a standing Spanish fly off the top rope. He got caught with the stunner, but he did not get pinned. The coolest spot in this match to me, Mustafa Ali hit Daniel Bryan with a 450 on the apron of the ring. I like it. Very daring, very dangerous, and he hit it perfectly. Another point was Mustafa and Kevin Owens super kicked Eric Rowan once each and then together because he just kept trying to get involved. Like, mind your business, alright? Like I said, Mustafa Ali was really doing his thing, but he got caught with a powerbomb on the apron by none other than Kevin Owens. That's like his signature at this point. So just when it looked like Kevin Owens was going to win, Eric Rowan pulled him out of the ring. Mustafa Ali was in there. He went to the top, got caught with a knee as he was in midair, and he got pinned, as we knew was going to happen. Daniel Bryan retained. I don't even care. So we had Charlotte and Becky Lynch to see if Becky was going to be added back into the match at WrestleMania. She came out and that knee. That knee was a problem. Becky is a new Seth Rollins because she's always grabbing her legs. It's always an issue. But the match started and, you know, she did her best. But come on, you're already wrestling with a bum leg. Charlotte had her yoked up and then Ronda comes running down. She punches Becky like right in the stomach. It looked really funny. And she got disqualified, so she wins. And she's added to the match at WrestleMania. So Elias had like 3 or 4 random segments throughout the night. And this last one he got caught with an RKO. And then Randy got caught with a phenomenal forearm. So boom, how you like that? You got left, you got caught. You ain't the only one that can hit people out of nowhere. And for the main event, because it had to be so, The Shield versus the Heels. Drew, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin. The Shield came out of the crowd like the good old days. They had on the old school vests. The cute part of the match, Seth and Dean, they did a double dive onto the outside, onto, I believe it was Drew and Lashley. Seth, Dean, Lashley, and Drew fought into the crowd, and that is when Seth jumped off a ledge, and I'm like, ugh, classic Seth. Things started heating up, and Bobby Lashley caught a stomp onto the announcer's table. Corbin caught a spear, And then the Shield attacked Drew and powerbombed that ass through the announcer's table. But the match ended when Corbin was left alone. He ate everybody's finisher, caught the triple powerbomb. Roman got the pin, the 1-2-3 on Corbin, and the Shield won after they hugged. And this is what made me really believe that, okay, maybe Dean really is still leaving. I actually enjoyed this entire pay-per-view. For the most part, it has its ups, it has its little bit of downs. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you thought about the pay-per-view. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you not care at all? How did you feel about the Shield? And what happened with Kofi? And what happened with the women? Let's discuss down below, okay? Don't forget to share and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.